Welcome to the weekly roundup on SA Footballer TV. I'm Tommy Javor with
Sean Diff Jacobson.
And Trev Greg.
Sitting between two Rosewater gentlemen. I've got to admit I'm a little bit nervous.
You're not a man in white, so you've got nothing to be nervous about.
But you know what? I'm also very excited, boys, because this week we're back, aren't we, Trev?
Yes, we are.
Live call, mixlr.com.au, or download the app Mixlr, it's MIXLR. We'll be at the Salisbury North and Payneham North Union game at Salisbury North, with our cars locked, I dare say. And it is a finals defining round. It will decide whether Payneham get a double chance and whether Salisbury North finish fifth, which they will.
Great lead into that one.
It's important for Payneham, funny enough.
Yes, no, it's going to be an absolute belter of a game.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah, we've got some new equipment, so hopefully it's going to come out crystal clearer. The delay is going to be shorter. We've been working on making it better. Hopefully continually bringing these awesome games, Div 1 through to Div 6, live to you if you can't be at the grounds. This week's games, again, the aura of invincibility of Goodwood Saints has died. It is finished, it's done, it's cooked, it's done. Teacher Gully, 6-10-46, Goodwood, 6-4-40. They battled on, they were 16 points down at three-quarter time, but not good enough. They don't find a way like they used to, Goodwood Saints, and they find themselves, they're going to finish 8th.
Well, that's the first one, what, how many years? 10?
Oh yeah, lots of years. They've had a couple of premierships along the way. 6 in 12 years, I think.
Yeah, no, they've lost a few.
They've lost 8, but
yeah.
I reckon almost every Div 1 club loses 5 to 8 players every year. I guess it's the quality of the 8 they lost.
Yeah,
They haven't been replaced, and perhaps they thought it would happen autonomously. I'm not sure if that's the right word, through the depth they've had over the years in their reserves, but hasn't. Div 1's a tough little fortune cookie to crack.
What about salary cap? Is it an impact?
No, they've still got plenty of jobs going around the Goodwood area. So, take us through the Goodwood bit of players and goal.
We got the goal kickers, Carrick Smith with 2, Schiller, Bayliss, Kells and Dempsey all with 1, and their better players were Evans, Anderson, Dempsey, Scara and Stanton.
And for Teacher Gully, we had Min with 2, Chapina, I think it is, if I remember correctly, Bilby getting in there again, Melville and Stent, and the best players were Spittle, Stent, Joshy Hand, the Mullet, Bilby and McKay.
So certainly Goodwood Saints had a crack in the last quarter and got within a goal, but not quite good enough in the end. Look, Henley, they had another good win last week, but not last week, the week before, but they were no match for Unley McKeedy's, I say that right?
McKeedy's.
At Kingswood Oval, it was Unley Mercedes, 16 goals, 6 very accurate kicking, 102. Henley, 8-12-60. For the first time this year, we see the twin towers of Walk and Harder. Walk Harder was our old gag last year, kicking 7 between them. Walk 4, Harder 3. Ionison with 3, Cabaz 2, some singles. Cabaz was their best with Walk and Taggart family.
And for Henley, we've got their goal kickers, Longman with 2, Geddes with 2, and a few with 1. Best players were Geddes, Broughton and Downing.
Yeah, battle of the cellar dwellers there. These two teams, we assume, go down, or they do. Yes, they do. Unless only Mercedes win by 715 points this week. So they both will find themselves in Division 2 next year. Henley for the first time in 10 years, and Unley Mercedes for the first time in a year.
No, I shouldn't laugh.
No, you coach Portland.
Yeah.
Now Rosewater.
Yeah.
There seems to be some sort of thing going on here.
You see the email and it says don't open it. It's like a virus.
Yeah. Next one, Adelaide Uni. Again, they I kept calling them the overachievers, but they've probably come back to the pack a bit now. At home as well, Adelaide Uni 5-10-40, Port District 16-13-109. Trev, take us through the Port District side, please.
Williams and Batty with 4. My mate Nescos. He kicked 3. And the best players were Pryor, Heffernan and Rosenthal.
For Uni, mate?
For Uni, we had their goal kickers were Simpson, Morn, Cottrell and Antoniadis, I reckon. And their best players were Alessi, Cottrell and Borg.
It's a Lucas Antonatus, former Jeps Cross player, just for your stiff shit list. Well, you know, he doesn't care. 4 games difference between 6th and 5th as well. Of course, 2 games taken off Salisbury North, so they only got 18 points. Thank God. Squally. But yeah, it's a big gap actually. Top 5 really have cleared themselves out as we expected, somewhat. Okay, next one, Salisbury North. They have they're really starting to assert their authority in this division, aren't they? They sit 5th, but as dangerous a 5th as I've ever seen. Salisbury North 14-13-97. Ross Trevor 8-5-53.
And for Rockies, Heath Kamain with 3, Bacanello with a couple, and Harrison. Bacanello was best on ground with Bell, Heath Kamain, O'Malley and Allen.
And for Salisbury North, we had Solly with 5, Dreaman and Wagner with 2, and their best players were Rousseau, Pappy, Drainer, Lawler and Johansson.
Yeah, very interesting one there. Of course, that's Chake Wagner, not Johan Wagner. I think it was, what was his name? What was your mate that we banned from the show? Seagull. Seagull, so that was Johan Wagner. Hasn't he made good of his career? Yeah. Now, our last one, fantastic television show, that one. Our last one, I was at this game, boys, so I'll do all the talking here. Prince Alfred 12-10-82, Paynham 4-10-34. Prince Alfred kicked the first 3, Paynham kicked the next 3, Prince Alfred kicked the next 7, and it wasn't much fun. I watched Paynham in the first quarter. They kicked 1 goal, 2. They kicked a ball to an uncontested Prince Alfred player somewhere either in the goal square or up to 25 metres out 6 times.
Wow.
Yes, I was pulling out my sideburns. That's why it's missing. It's the only way I can explain it. It was pretty disappointing, but plenty of upside. Paynham was certainly competitive. Looking at the PAC list, or the ex-sample list as I like to call them, there is some really, really good footballers. It's good to see them up close as well. Their blend is good, their rotations are good. Mouse has got them working like clockwork. The Latchford brothers, there's a few sets of brothers that all go well. Clayfield, Big Dalwood in ruck, and there's another Dalwood. They've got this gigantor mountain as well, who's about 19 years old, at 125 kilos. He's moving around well. You've got Hayden Jolly. Catch him if you can. Prince Alfred looked the goods to me.
I think it did one and to dominate like they have is unreal.
Yes, and in unrelated news, if you've got a footballer that could play AFL and you want a scholarship, gee, do I know a club you should go check out.
It's sore, isn't it? It's sore.
No, look, they're too good, mate. They're too good. I'm good mates with my mate Jimmy Carter there, and we joke about it regularly, but seriously, stop giving away scholarships. Strata Agarostas kicked 2, Liam Davis kicked 2. Best players, Harry Pride was best for Paynham, coming through from the C grade this year. It's a great effort. Bluey Murison, also ex-C grader, so you can just see our depth has been tested, again with a lot of injuries, no excuses. LD Liam Davis was fantastic, Matty Knight, Nick the Fist Ball was good. For PAC,
Paps with 3, Seables with 2, same as Castry, and Coles. Best players, Jolly, Perryman, McNamara, Coles, Paps and castrated Castry.
interesting to note as well, you hear all these northern clubs get a bad rap on some of their supporters. I copped the biggest spray from a PAC, I'll call her a woman, on the weekend. I couldn't believe it. Her vile diatribe left me offended and somewhat sad. But we move on.
Throwing a banana.
Trying to be me on a Saturday. Stuck in the middle.
Northern suburbs.
Really nasty stuff, she said, from her armchair with her Chardonnay.
Very negative feelings.
Yeah. But you know what? We've got club rooms, so who cares? Going into
Not a place to hang out. Sorry.
Going into round 18, Trent Melville leads Heath Kamain. Trent Melville from Teacher Gully leads Heath Kamain by 6 goals, so he will win the goal kicking award. And the ladder, well, Adelaide Uni, Port District, Woody Saints, Unley Mercedes and Henley will finish in the bottom 5 and are playing for Pride this week. Moving on to this week, gentlemen, there's one main game that we're going to have to leave to last, and obviously that's because we are covering it on mixler.com.au. But there are plenty of other games. The ones that don't really, Ross Trevor will romp over Henley, you would think, wouldn't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ross Trevor win, Paynham lose. Ross Trevor get the double chance. Plenty to play for them.
And at Lars Reserve, Tommy, Prince Alfred and Port District.
Yes, CAC.
I hope Port District win. PAC will win. They're very professional outfit. They're very good footballers, and things like Port won't scare them.
No, Prince Alfred for me.
Tea Tree Gully and Unley Mercedes. Tea Tree Gully, could they rest players? Maybe. They should win, shouldn't they? Too strong. Koshiel getting back from Greece soon, but they've still got plenty of players. Clint Dow in his absence has done a great job in ruck. Adelaide Uni and Goodwood Saints, it's 6th versus 8th.
I reckon Goodwood Saints will win this.
Yeah, 5-1 last shot.
Yeah.
Adelaide Uni, really, really poor performance last week. I think you might be right, mate. I think Goody Saints will find a way to cause an upset in the final round.
I think Goodies will do it. They're almost identical points for and against.
And the big one.
Yeah, well, it's a big one, not because it's Payneham, obviously I'm from Payneham, but it's the one game that shapes what happens in the final. So Payneham need to draw this game, but a win would probably be better, to maintain a double chance. It reeks of 2000 and last year, 15, where we missed the double chance in round 18, despite winning. But Salisbury North, again, Salisbury North beat us this week, they play us next week. So it's a bit of incentive. But Payneham have been absolutely cruelled with injuries, and we literally do have 8 of our best players out, but some of them will be back this week. So there are no excuses. We need to fire some serious bullets in Salisbury North direction, not literally. But yeah, and Payneham need to find a way. What do you reckon, Diff?
Yeah, I'm going to back your boys in this week. I reckon you get the double chance.
Necessity says we have to win.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, but I think so. Oh, you know, I'll back you in quite a lot, but I would have to say Salisbury North from what I saw. But if you guys, or your club, sorry, your A grade can put the pressure on Salisbury North like Tea Gully did, you might be able to do it, but I doubt it though, mate. I think Salisbury North will get the chocolates.
Look, it's funny, isn't it? I mean, Salisbury North have comfortably accounted for Ross Trevor last week. Comfortably, Ross Trevor the previous week, very comfortably accounted for Payneham. You know, like I said, there's a ton of injuries. Unless they all come in and they have big first up games, I think you're right, Trev. Unfortunately, I think Salisbury North might be too strong, and we'll play them the following week. We'll smash them. Yeah. But it's been a very interesting weekly roundup. Of course, we're moving into round 18. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, mixler.com.au, calling the game live. It's new, it's exciting. It's the next revolution in amateur league football. Don't touch the button, I'm not done yet. Thanks for joining me, Diff. Always a pleasure. Season is over in Div 5. I can't wait to see you back on the track next year. Thanks again, Trev.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Mixler.com.au, Salisbury North and Payneham this week.